Welcome back to my live stream. Welcome back to my WWE Raw review. This is Jacob Cast 2024. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw tonight. We will talk about the news and rumors on AEW. I'm the go home show for Elimination Chamber. It's this Saturday, March 1st in Toronto. It's going to come on, it means it'll come on pretty early. I think it's going to come on at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. It looked like it's gonna be 3 hours, so I'm curious what could happen on that show. Monday Night Raw was fine. It was a decent show, good wrestling. We had they did tease a couple of things here. It's just that nothing else on the show really. Now I'm showing this because Cody Rhodes was on the show. He had this confrontation with Seth Rollins. My video has been sponsored by JD from New York, Salamat the Sound Off, Fight for Wrestling, Ronin, No DQ, and the other podcasters. Cody Rhodes was on the show. Rollins interrupted them. He talking about, are you really going to sell your soul to The Rock? Is he? Go away, Dominic. With that, the main event, the tag team titles. Rollins doesn't want Cody's soul, but he does want the title. We had a very good match with Lyra and Dakota Kai. Finally, Lyra Valkyria defended her Women's Intercontinental title. Braun Breaker and Dirty Dom. The match ended in a no DQ. Judgment Day attacked Braun Breaker, but Breaker stood tall. What are we doing Braun Breaker WrestleMania? Is he gonna face Dominic? It might be the second time that they teased this. Sami Zayn had a very good promo to hype up his match with Kevin Owens in Toronto. Sami hoped Kevin Owens is prepared to go to war. We had a segment with AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Logan mocked AJ Styles. Gunter beat Akira Gonzalez in a squash match. He destroyed the Alpha Academy, destroyed Tozawa and Otis in the match to Jey Uso. The New Day stand tall over the LWO. Judgment Day have a heated disagreement. I think they are teasing a new member here. We just don't know who it is. I guess we gotta wait. New Day beat LWO. They beat Kudo and Joaquin Wilde, those two jobbers in LWO. They're still building up the New Day, hopefully, to win the tag team titles. I don't think we saw the War Raiders tonight. Might take the week off. We had a very good triple threat match with Ludwig Kaiser, Penta, and Pete Dunne. Ludwig Kaiser got the victory. He took down Penta and Pete Dunne. He pinned Pete Dunne, so it protects Penta. So you know that they're gonna get a match here. You know, Ludwig and Penta's having an okay feud, decent. It's a gig Penta something. We had a very good stare down with Io Sky, stare down Rhea Ripley. They could be setting that up for WrestleMania. Also, the show opened up with Logan Paul and CM Punk. CM Punk interrupted Logan Paul. He actually smacked CM Punk here. I don't know if they're teased. I don't know if they're, this is now the second time that on Monday Night Raw we got Punk and Paul in the ring. That they could be foreshadowing this match at WrestleMania. Since they teased it, there's heat between these two. And after what CM Punk said, he's gonna eliminate Logan Paul, he's gonna win the chamber, he's gonna man at WrestleMania and face Cody Rhodes and win the WWE title. I think it's very clear that CM Punk may not win that WWE title. He might not. I don't know. We have to wait and see what happens. That right there, same thing with the Go Home show. I don't know if CM Punk gonna win. I'm a little worried here. The fact that we didn't see John Cena on the show and he's not hyping out the chamber or hyping out WrestleMania tells me, well, is Cena gonna win it? And is it gonna be forced? I actually want Punk to win it. Now, the main event the show, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are the new WWE Women Tag Team Champions. They beat Naomi and Bianca. That was a very good. Dominic got involved. Said go away, Dominic. Now, since it was the main event, I knew that there would be a title change. I think they locked it for a reason because if Bianca is dropping the tag team title, then I think she might win the chamber. I don't think Liv Morgan's gonna fade Rhea again. We could get Bianca, and maybe Bianca might win the chamber and fade Rhea. That could be where they're going. But the titles are off the baby faces. It's now on the heels and the Judgment Day. If they are, they're in the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan, Raquel, they deserve it. Liv been doing the best work since with the Judgment Day, with the whole storyline with her and Rhea and Dominic. Well, the guy gave Liv Morgan something. All right, now let's see what the podcast has to say.
Is coming from, but clearly he's heard it and it's infiltrated his brain to the point that it's part of his vernacular.
And it's true. It's true. I could see that happening for a lot of people. I'm not surprised by that. Jacob, thank you so much for the super chat, for the interesting questions there. Good stuff, man. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into Logan Paul and CM Punk here. So just to kind of run down a brief little history here. So Logan Paul eliminated CM Punk from the Royal Rumble. They then had a little mini confrontation weeks ago. We didn't get too much from that, and I remember even saying, "Damn, I'm assuming they're sort of saving this because we're going to get a lot more from Logan Paul and CM Punk." And then today, when Logan Paul went out there and he was bragging and doing his thing, and he was interrupted by CM Punk, I thought, "Oh man, this is it. CM Punk's finally going to hand it to him. Like, he's going to finally teach this kid a lesson. He's going to finally shut him up. He's going to roast him. You know, all of the expectations I had of this." Now, this wasn't the kind of promo that I was expecting, though, Robin. I think that for the most part, he basically told, Logan Paul, he's not, a legend the way that he is. He's not going to be there. He's a dime in the dozen, exactly. He's not going to be there for a CM Punk is. He's not going to be that same kind of legend that guys like John Cena and Stone Cold and CM Punk are. And that was basically what he gave them there, which, great, that stuff was fine, but I don't know that the promo still didn't deliver in the sense that I really wanted him to just like show Paul, hey, like you're.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Gotta admit that on a lot here.
To Monday Night Raw.
Match when Cesaro fought back and sort of rolled him up and the double drop kick from.
We're wondering, like, hey, is Jade Cargill going to get involved on Fire? But in the end, there was, some distracting the ref.
Get that plot
storylines that they're telling right now at this moment on WWE programming. Like, there's really no other real major women's storyline that they are doing. Of course, they're doing like the Rhea Io thing, but that's not really like there hasn't been that much to the story. There's promos here and there, the little interactions. Okay, fine. There's that portion of it. I'm not going to disregard that. It's not nowhere near as what this is here. And then, of course, you have Charlotte and Tiffany. That's a whole other thing. But in terms of like the non-title picture, like this is it right here. So I really want them to like do this and tell the story right. I want to see an angry Naomi. I want to see a Naomi that's constantly pushed to the side, finally say no, like this is my time right now. Now, the other thing that got me excited about, I was happy that Liv and Raquel won the titles. And it wasn't so much so that Liv and Raquel won the titles that made me like them. It was more so that I was happy that Bianca was no longer a tag team champion. And I know that makes me sound awful. But Robin, I just love Bianca in the singles division. I feel like her being tag team champion has kind of held her back a little bit. And I feel like the void of not having Bianca in the main title picture has been felt. In my opinion, I think it has been felt. I want to see Bianca in that main title picture. I know she's accomplished a lot already, but I still feel like she should be in there all the time because of all of the accolades she has. She is one of the best wrestlers out there for the women, and I just don't feel like anybody has successfully replaced her as that kind of a performer, where she checks off all the boxes, where even some of the top women in WWE do not check off the same boxes that Bianca does. And occurred.
Well, not only is Bianca one of the best now, she's one of the best ever. I mean, like, I don't even think that's a debate. That's not a, that's
Else without her actually losing the belt. I went on her Twitter right now to see if
All right, now I'm gonna fast forward it.
chamber that Cody Rhodes is going to make this decision, Robin. Now he goes out there and he's all happy, right? And he's saying like, "Oh, I have this big decision to make." Robin, I'm sitting there and I'm going, "What decision? This shouldn't even be a decision, bro. You should just be going out there and saying, no, Rock, you cannot have my soul. I'm not going to sign up to be your little bitch. I'm not going to do any of that." And what I had told everybody in the watch along was, we need somebody to come out here and talk some sense into Cody Rhodes. And that ended up being Seth Rollins. And at first, I wasn't sure if he was going to be up to the task, right? And he did. He delivered. Seth Rollins basically told him, like, no, like, what are you thinking, Cody? Like, this is not what you should be doing. You should have slapped this man the second that he attempted to take your freaking soul. And not only that, this is also a slap in my face. I helped you out at WrestleMania going up against this guy. And he said, where is the Cody Rhodes that I fought at Hell in a Cell with a torn pec and all of the belts that him and Cody Rhodes had? And so I loved this promo from Seth Rollins, and I'm so happy that someone finally went after Robin and told Cody Rhodes, what the hell, dude? Someone needed to slap him in the face with a reality check.
I guess it took me this segment to get there because I guess it just wasn't ruminating over it on the weekend. We talked about it on Friday, obviously, but I had that same reaction that you're describing in the midst of the segment. And I'm like, Cody, you bum. Like you're gonna sit there and you have that puppy dog ass look on your face when The Rock stole your main event last year. Now you come around and he's asking to steal your soul, and you're contemplating it like it's a real decision. And I've now gotten to the point where I'm rooting for Cody to accept The Rock out for stealing his WrestleMania main event so many years ago. That's what I'm.
Had to talk to his wife about it. Robin, I'm a married woman. If my husband came to me and was like, hey, Denise, I'm thinking about selling my soul to this guy, I'd be like, bro.
Yeah, did you do the dishes? He's done a tremendous job, and I was at WrestleMania for the moment when it happened. But again, my son, for the first time, I heard him call Cody boring today. He's the oldest one, but I was like, did you see that online? Like, where did you get? Because I know now he's like watching. Because he's coming to me all the time with like, hey, this is gonna happen and this is gonna happen. Like watching videos or whatnot, and he pops up in the chat of my live streams. So I know he's active. But that's the first time I've heard like in the same segment where I'm having those thoughts I just told you I was having. Boring. I'm wondering if maybe it can actually happen. Like, could it actually happen?
Robin, there was so when this whole thing started, everybody was shipping like the corporate Cody, right? And I'm like, I'm not there yet. I'm still not there yet. But there was a moment during this promo where I thought, really, you're gonna say this? Where he kind of bragged about being flattered that The Rock wanted his soul when he told Seth Rollins, oh yeah, you're just upset that your soul is whatever. I don't even know what he said anymore about Seth Rollins' soul, but he basically said The Rock didn't want your soul because your soul's not good enough, clearly. And I'm thinking, you're bragging about this? What? Like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. And that was the moment where I thought, you know what? This probably is where Cody is legitimately going to become corporate Cody. And that was the first major sign of it that I saw where I thought, oh shit, he might actually turn.
Yeah, and the fact that it's even up in the air, I mean, that's where I defended the promo on Friday night because the whole thing was absurd on its surface. The Rock's entire delivery was completely meandering and nonsensical for the majority interested in what's going on. it does, I think, make sense in what it's going to deliver.
I hope it does because that was a big conversation today. Which was, right now this WrestleMania isn't feeling so hot. It's not, right? Like we're not necessarily going, oh my god, this is the big match that I'm really looking forward to. We're not necessarily saying, oh, this is such a great build to WrestleMania. It's not. It's just been there. Now, of course, I'm not gonna go and jump off of any cliffs until maybe after Elimination Chamber, kind of see how it goes, because it kind of feels like instead of the moment start, of course, WrestleMania season starts with the Royal Rumble, right? But I feel like the actual excitement and the true buzz might not start until after Elimination Chamber. Once we know what Cody's match will be, his opponent, right? Once we know what the hell Roman Reigns is going to do, what the hell CM Punk is going to do, all of these big people that we really care about, Rhea's opponent, we still don't know. I mean, God, it's so a lot of people, a lot of big important people that we care about on this show, their WrestleMania future is still dangling up in the air as to what the hell they're going to be doing. And so I feel like until Elimination Chamber, I'm going to wait until then, see how that goes. And I hope that after Elimination Chamber, that we really just like kick things into, like Jacob Fatu says, all gas, no brakes when it comes to going into WrestleMania. So that's what I'm hoping for. But we do got a couple of super chats here. This is from David Primero, who says Bianca wins Elimination Chamber, costs Io the title on Raw, 3-way at WrestleMania. No, I would rather if we're finally gonna get the dream match, it's gotta just be Bianca and Rhea. That's the dream match. And mind you, of course, if they did add Io, I don't want to discredit Io because Io's very talented and they're all really great wrestlers. But the star making performance is between both Rhea and Bianca. Thank you so much, David. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, assuming Jay wins the championship, what type of title reign would you like to see him have versus expectations? Plus, what's next for Gunther after his loss? Ooh, two really great questions here. Let me see. I'm trying to think which one jumps at me first. What is after? So I think expectations of Jay's run. I would hope he just goes out there and just has. I think for him because he's not. How do I say this? He's not like a 5-star type of wrestler, right? He's not gonna go out there and have these 5-star matches, right? I think for him it's all about moments and storytelling. So I feel like with that, that's what they're gonna have to lean in a whole lot on. And then when it comes to what Gunther does after his loss, I'm still waiting on that Gunther Ludwig Kaiser program. I've been waiting on that for a while. So maybe that would open up some doors for that. I feel like there's some obvious one that I'm not thinking of right now at the moment. But Robin, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think Gunther, would he be solemn or would he be on like a reign of terror after?
That's not something that would be interesting. I think it would be interesting for him to bring that up. Who knows? Maybe he even makes some mentions to, about the Punk's controversial. Yeah, the transfer window, exactly. It is Cody at WrestleMania 41 with the help of the final thus forming the new two-man power trip. So I've kind of heard people theorize this for a bit. I'm still on the side of I don't want to see John Cena be a heel for the tail end of his career. I want to see him just play through and just be a baby face for the rest of it. I feel like that's what I'm signing up to see for the final year.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's not a bad theory. I'm not mad. There's a lot of different ways. I mean, think about the selling power of Cena Rock Alliance, an evil Cena Rock Alliance corporate, authority kind of deal.
I'm not on board, Robin. I'm not on board. I visualized it, and I'm like, man, it's not the thing that I get most excited about. It's really, there are certain things that I think when you like speak them out into the abyss, you're like, oh yeah, that's really, really cool. That just doesn't do it for me. That doesn't sound cool. Maybe it's just my taste. I'm just not interested. I just rather see John Cena just like.
Okay, so then what does he do? What does Cena do?
Just go out there and have a good time.
Does he win the title?
I did want to see that. But I also fear that they might not actually execute on that. I wouldn't different plans as to who might eventually break that, 17th world title win. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's the most predictable thing to do, but what if they don't want to do predictable?
But yeah, I mean, it would be, if he had to cheat.
In that situation that we saw.
But we didn't know, we didn't have the ideas of how that was going to be completely defined until that press conference. When did that happen?
That was in early February because it was the same weekend as the Super Bowl.
It was, okay.
Yeah, that's why I remember it. Right, right. So again, like I said, it feels like, come after the elimination. If after the elimination chamber, we're still here, we're gonna have a problem. But I don't think we will be. I think
they have credit for not forgetting what made him who he.
The elimination chamber, there might be some more excitement in the air. Brandon, thank you so much for the generous super chat. We got well-rounded Leo who says, "Why does Cena get a pass for being a part-timer? He should not be champion." So I think it's more so of a record thing, and of course, John Cena's already paid his due over and over and over again. If anyone's allowed to be a part-timer, I would say John Cena is. Like, this is his final year, and he said he was going to be here for a specific date. And I think, what was it, like 30 something, 40 dates or something that he gave? So, like, we've known this.
Also, I would say he deserves some damn credit. Like, he deserves some damn credit for not forgetting what made him who he is now and coming back for this last run. He's not a part-timer. He full-time gave his heart and soul to that, and that's what led to where he is right now. So I think it's something we should be grateful for, him coming back and doing this. A lot of people would come back for one match, one angle, something like that. To come back for a whole.
Well, the problem is that John Cena has not been on TV since the debut on Netflix. He had not been on TV. I'm not gonna count the Rumble, but he hasn't been on Monday Night Raw to build up to the Chamber and make it believe that does he have a shot at winning? Like, is he actually gonna win it? Last time he was on TV was on the debut of Netflix. Then he was in the Rumble. Then he announced in the press conference. Since then, he hadn't been on TV, so now people are less interested on John Cena could actually win it. Have the guy on TV more and hype up some of these masses and potential masses.
Basically, geared toward, I think is commendable. So I'm giving him a pass in that aspect as he's passing the torch. He's been happy to pass the torch. I mean, how many times?
Carl here who says, "Notice all men involved in the Elimination Chamber had rivalries: CM Punk and Logan Paul, Drew and Priest, Seth with Roman, while John Cena left with no rivals, so he wins Elimination Chamber." I mean, again, they could switch things up. Again, they could start feuds in the Elimination Chamber. They can start new ones. I mean, hell, we can see something brew between Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. I mean, we just don't know what can happen here. And of course, Drew beef with everybody. He's got beef with Punk. He's got beef with Seth. He's got beef with Roman. I mean, dude's got beef with everybody. So, I don't know. I feel like, again, John Cena is like the predictable option for the Elimination Chamber, but I think the one that really, if I were to say, is getting getting a rise out of me, it would be really exciting if it was CM Punk. But again, I think I might go with the more predictable option. But then here's the thing, though. John Cena was the predictable option for the Royal Rumble too, and then that didn't end up happening. So maybe they're just trolling us and they're making us think, oh yeah, John Cena didn't win this, so he'll win that, and then he wins nothing.
Well, for both of them, time is of the essence. The time is now. Because John Cena, his time is ticking. We know that. We have literally the end date. But let's be real about CM Punk too. There ain't that much gas left in the tank. He might feel refreshed and all that, but he's had a recent injury history. He's not, a spring chicken. So if you're planning big things with CM Punk at the top of the card, they also have to happen sooner rather than later, or else they're not going to happen.
I know, and I keep wondering if CM Punk's going to finish his story and actually main event WrestleMania, and I'm really hoping he does. So, like, that's part of why I want CM Punk to also win.
I mean, like, Cody Rhodes against CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania. I mean, that's
see, that's
American
money.
Nightmare for Tony Khan. No, but
you're thinking about it as like those were CM Punk guys. We don't know how much was thought into this. We don't know when they came up with this promo for the stealing for the Want Your Soul. I don't even know if they even realized that it was going to take off the way that it did in such a, but in a way where we're kind of poking fun at it. Like no one is taking this seriously. In fact, it's working against Cody, where we're like, dude, oh crap, why am I blanking on his name? What was I talking about today? Finn Balor. Finn Balor had that tease with
On Raw
sorry,
today?
yeah, on Raw with what's his face? Oh my gosh, I'm like here. Find your voice. Here.
That's different.
There were 2 championship matches confirmed to tonight's show. Alright.
Mind you, he's the champ, so I don't really love that.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Out Braun Breaker. And he did it, which I was thrilled about that. He was able to take out and defend himself against all of these guys. But in the end, the person who was like kind of like still there was Finn Balor. And that's when they ended up having that little confrontation there. So it looks like not only does he have what he has brewing with AJ Styles, but now it looks like he has a new brew, a new drama with Finn Balor. So at least we got that whole thing that's kind of started to commence there. But I'm wondering if whenever we get Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor, if that's when we actually get the actual matchup or the actual reveal of the new member of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, and you also had the AJ Styles Logan Paul segment backstage too. So there, maybe I jumped the gun a little bit to say it's definitely going to be either Cena or Punk, whoever doesn't win the Elimination Chamber against Logan Paul, because that was the breadcrumbs were planted there too. So there's even with the IC tag, how many people has Braun had recent interactions with? Sheamus and Balor now and Styles, or like I mean, I feel like there's been a lot with Braun Breaker too. The only match that seems to have there's two, right? Do we have two announced matches?
Two.
Charlotte and Tiffany and Jay and Gunther, and I feel like the latter is the only one with a really strong feel.
Charlotte and Tiffany.
No, Gunther and Jay.
Oh,
I think
yeah. I think they need to tweak some things with Charlotte and Tiffany. They need to tweak some things there because I feel like I just want them to present Tiffany Stratton as a little bit more of a as a threat. They're not presenting her as a threat right now, and I think that's the one thing they do need to work on. But Ladder James, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Awkward Meow here who says, disappointed in women's chamber builds, lack thereof. Roxanne, 1 week after first main roster win, was not on TV. Final Raw and Bailey also hidden. And we did actually get in one of those I don't know if you guys can see this, Robin, but I do watch Raw without the ads, so I do see the little breaks and the little promos that
when Raw began, I started thinking, you know something, that Raw thing with him asking for Cody Rhodes' soul, that is something that Vince McMahon would come up with. Now I'm not saying Vince McMahon came up with it and told The Rock to do that or whatever, but I mean that is so Vince, right? Vince is like, how about if you go out there and you say, Cody Rhodes. Because Bianca is probably en route to facing Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. I don't know.
Alright,
Rhea out, no championship. The story's already there, right? And so Bianca and Naomi just focus on themselves, and then they end up having their feud. Logan Paul.
alright, let's see what Solomon had to say about this. Might have missed a couple of things here, man.
As a tag team champion, because I had picked her to win the chamber. And I said that if she ends up winning these titles tonight, I'm changing my pick. And so I am, in fact, changing my pick for the Elimination Chamber, which we'll get into as we go on here. But that main event turned out to be a hell of a lot better than I was expecting it to be. This turned into a great fucking match. In the main event, you got people hanging on to every near fall in that match. But in the end, yes, we have new tag team champions. And we're really playing up the idea that maybe we would get some sort of development on the Jade Cargill thing. I mean, they didn't say that, but they had this long video package, as if this was like a PLE match leading up to the main event, and a lot of it was focused on Jade. And obviously they want you to think that Liv and Raquel were behind the attack on Jade. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, maybe they're setting up for Jade Cargill to come back tonight, or we're going to get the reveal, for who the real attacker was. And then in the end, there was no Jade. Clearly, they wanted to get the titles off these two first. Get the titles off of Bianca and Naomi, and then the story can play out the way it's going to play out. And now that we see what happened tonight, I can already see it. I can already picture it in my head. What the not only the outcome of the women's chamber may be, but who the final two may be, and where it may be going, and what it may be leading to. So we'll talk more about that. But yeah, very good main event. We also had Lyra Valkyria defending the women's intercontinental title against Dakota Kai, and Lyra is still the champion. That was one of those matches where very quiet to start. The more it went on, the more people sort of warmed to it and got into it. By the time the match was over, I thought it was a good match. But it couldn't hold the candle to that main event that we had tonight. So I thought the ladies really, they killed it here tonight on Raw. But also, we have the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. And the last time we saw Cody Rhodes, I spent about 30 minutes talking about this on the Sound Up yesterday. One of the most bizarre segments, promo segments that I have ever seen. With The Rock and Cody Rhodes on SmackDown on Friday night. And Cody Rhodes had a look on his face when that segment was over that he couldn't wrap his head around what was just said to him. But he was on Raw tonight, and we were told that he was going to have a response to what The Rock had to say about his soul. The Rock wants Cody's soul. So Cody was on the show tonight, even though he is supposed to be at the Chamber on Saturday to give The Rock his answer. We did get him on the show tonight. He was confronted by one of the participants in the Elimination Chamber match. And so we have that segment on the show tonight. We had this great sit-down interview that Jackie Redmond did with Sami Zayn. His unsanctioned match coming up with Kevin Owens. And Penta loses his first match in WWE. And I'm not mad about it. We'll talk about that. This is you.
Yeah, I'm not mad either. Now, Penta wasn't pinned. He was protected because clearly they're still continuing his feud with Ludwig Kaiser. I think we'll get that, man, maybe next week. I'm glad that Penta's doing something. He's having a feud with Ludwig.
For Raw on
And then we
Netflix
got
review.
what the fuck?
It is Monday, February 24th, 2025.
No, Penta man,
You know who I am. I am Solid Monster. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on a Monday night, kicking off the week. I appreciate it very much. Like and subscribe if you have not already done so. I want to give a shout out to Fire Panda because Fire Panda gifted 10 channel memberships before I even went live tonight. So I want to make sure that I thank the Panda. Thank you, Fire Panda. And you can always gift a channel membership if you would like to do so. Super chats are open. You will see them popping up on your screen. I got us to give a shout out to Leopoldo. I don't know if he's with us right now, but Leopoldo Meda dropped a $150 bomb after the stream ended on Friday night. Literally, I ended the stream and he was in the chat. Talk about showing up late. And I see a red bomb pop up from out of nowhere. And I so the least I could do was shout him out here on the next show. So Leopoldo, wherever you may be, thank you, brother. I appreciate it very much. Mysterio qualified for the Elimination Chamber. Said that he will defeat 3 doorknobs and John Cena on Saturday, and then he'll go on to become the face of the company. CM Punk's music interrupted, so we didn't get too much of Logan before Punk made in greatest returns in WWE history, but he cracked under the pressure and he tore his tricep. He said Satan himself. That line was not there for any other reason other than to feed into something that is clearly coming down the pipe. The only question is, what is that going to be? When is it going to happen? There's been all of this discussion all weekend long, including on the sound off, about The Rock's promo on Friday night and what it could be leading to. And, The Rock wants Cody to be his champion. And if Cody says no, is The Rock going to end up recruiting another champion? Is somebody else going to step up to be The Rock's corporate champion? Might it be John Cena? Might it be CM Punk? Maybe it's Seth Rollins, right? It could be any number of people. CM Punk is the most intriguing of all of these options. Maybe the most realistic, maybe even more than John Cena, frankly. The Satan line is interesting, though, because he had that same line during the feud with Drew McIntyre. I don't remember exactly when it was, but at some point during his feud with Drew, he made a very similar comment about how he's the devil.
So it's just
Right,
like, a lot of people have been saying this.
It's not the first time that we've heard him say something like that. The fact that he said it tonight, coming off of Friday, and coming off of this discussion that everybody's been having, that is not an accident. It doesn't mean that Punk is going heel, but I think it's foreshadowing something to that effect
Well, I do agree
very
with
soon.
that.
So
See,
that
there
line
was
was
a rain.
definitely
Well,
there.
maybe apparently he sold the
Other
attack
than
himself.
that, I mean, not much of a segment really. This was their way of trying to hype up the men's chamber match. But that line there is going to be something to keep an eye on. We had Pete Dunne, Ludwig Kaiser, and the man himself, Penta. Penta, who has been on a hot streak here on this show ever since he debuted against Chad Gable. Tonight, though, he was in his first triple threat match in WWE. Michael Cole called this the first time ever that these three men have squared off. This is the first time ever match, he said, which technically, yes, that is true. This is the first time these three men have been in the ring in a triple threat scenario, but these two are the only guys that Penta's been working with since the debut match against Chad Gable. He's been working some variation of Pete Dunne or Kaiser pretty much every week ever since. But technically, yes, this is the first time that we're getting this match. Kaiser and Dunne, they set something up in the corner at one point. Penta got underneath them and brought them both down with a power bomb. And the timing of this, they had gone to a commercial break. And so as soon as they came out of the break, they were already in mid-move. So they did replay it, but like the timing was, for them, it was a little unfortunate. Penta used a Rana to launch Dunne into Kaiser before wiping out both men with flip dives, one on one side of the ring, one on the other side of the ring. Took them both out. Dunne managed to hit Penta, though, a little bit later on with the bitter end. Kaiser broke up the pin. Penta then stepped off of the back of a hunched over Ludwig Kaiser, hit Dunne with a Mexican destroyer. And, it was really on this spot that I noticed this. And this is something that we have seen pretty much every week, honestly, since Penta debut. And he was already over for night one. There were a lot of people who knew him, and they, you have fans who just look at him, just looks cool. The makeup, and the mask, and everything. Catchphrase, they have a cool entrance for him. But the announcing, it doesn't get mentioned enough. Michael Cole in particular, ever since Penta debuted, during his matches, when he hits a big move, whether it's a dive or whether it's a Mexican destroyer or whatever it may be, the announcers really put it over in a major way. And that goes a long way towards helping get this guy over as a big deal. Like, they're really like, when he hits that destroyer, because you don't see anybody else doing that. That's the thing. Like, at the moment, there's nobody else on the WWE roster that consistently, every week, every match, is doing that move. Right? I'm not saying nobody else in the company ever does the destroyer, but there's nobody else doing it week to week now except Penta. That's his move. And so when he hits it, they put it over as this massive deal. It's not like you have half the roster doing the same fucking move. But it's on the announcers to try to get it over as if it's some major happening. And they're doing that. They're doing a very good job of that with Penta every single week. So I noticed that here in this match as well. Penta super kick Kaiser, set Dunne up for the Penta driver. But before he could hit it, Kaiser threw Penta out of the ring and then hit Dunne with his finish instead. And Ludwig Kaiser picks up the surprise win here on Raw tonight. Thus, Penta suffers his first loss in a WWE ring. Now, they did everything in their power to show you and to make it very clear to you that Penta, this was his match. Like this, he had the match won clearly, and that it was Kaiser who snuck in and stole the win. Which is why I don't mind what they did. Penta was not the one to be pinned. Penta didn't get pinned. He didn't take the direct loss, even though it counts as a loss. But now it'll lead to a singles match with him and Kaiser. They're going to run that back again. I'm sure Penta will win. So the way they, if he was going to technically lose, this was the way to do it. The guy swooped in. He stole the win from him. Now Penta will have a reason to want to get revenge. They'll be able to get another match out of it, and Penta will win. The other reason I don't mind this so much, Kaiser needed this win more than Penta did. Penta has won every single one of his matches so far. The Royal Rumble, he was number 1 or number 2, right? Him and Ray were number 1 and 2. And he lasted 42 minutes. He was the Iron Man in the Royal Rumble this year. So they have really put him over in a major way. Ludwig Kaiser goes out there every week. His work is very good. His promos, his facial expressions, right? He's very expressive. His work is very good. He rarely wins. Kaiser goes out there 90 to 95% of the time. He fucking loses. He has to win every now and then at least to keep some shred of credibility. He needed this win more than Penta did. And now there's a reason to actually run this match back. If Penta just went in there and won, it's like, well, what do we need to see him and Kaiser again for, right? Now there's a reason to see it. So, who said, is it the wrestler in the chat? She's going to beat her again and go to WrestleMania as the Women's World Champion, and then they got face-to-face, and that was it. This was pretty weak. This was pretty weak stuff here from Rhea. They had a very limited amount. Waiting around for the crowd to chant New Day sucks, and the crowd really didn't react much. It was kind of sad. They're out there trying to get heat. Some people are booing, but it's nothing on the level of what they were getting even like a month ago, which is not surprising when you consider the way they've been used, right, on television ever since they did the big angle with Big E back in December. Nothing in the stratosphere of what they were getting 6 weeks ago. But as far as the match, Del Toro pulled Woods off the ropes with a Hurricane Rana. Kofi made a blind tag. He held the top rope down. That caused Del Toro to tumble out to the floor. And Del Toro then... And it does. It really did. It cooled them down a little bit. But when the match was over here, Kingston and Woods, they worked over Del Toro. Dragon Lee ran out to make a save. He got the better of Kofi. Or he got the better of Woods, rather, until Kofi distracted him. And New Day hit a double powerbomb on Dragon Lee. They had a bitch of a time, though, getting him up. They finally did, and they powerbombed him. Del Toro and Wild, they don't get much ring time on this show. So, it was nice to see them in an actual match for a change. But the match itself wasn't really much to speak of. It went 5 or 6 minutes. I thought that they were going to get taken out when the match was. I thought that's where this was going. As soon as New Day attacked them when the match was over, I said, okay, looks like it's going to play out the way that I was talking about previously. Because the vision that I have for this, right, and I could be wrong as far as where they're going to be taking this, but they took out Rey Mysterio, right, with a leg injury. Whatever it was, knee or ankle, it was a leg injury. So that gets him off television for a while. And in the meantime, they could take out each member of the LWO.
Well, that was a legit injury. That was a
Wild, Dragon Lee, right? You could play that out over a period of weeks until Rey Mysterio comes back. When he comes back, and his boys aren't there. There's no Dragon Lee, there's no Cruz del Toro, there's no Rocky Wild, but there's 2 members of the New Day. Now, in a perfect world scenario, the other person who would come out to even the odds would be Big E. Right? Clearly, Big E is not cleared. Big E is not going to be wrestling anytime soon. The person for that spot is Penta. So that's why, Penta's off right now. He's going to be working with Kaiser for at least a few more weeks, and that's fine. By the time they run that angle, if they do that, Penta now has a spot waiting for him in a match at WrestleMania. Penta and Ray against the New Day. So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, here we go. They're going to take out at least one of these guys, right? They're going to go for the knee. It didn't happen. Dragon Lee comes out. to make the save. And
He landed on his neck.
there's still time to do it. Just because they didn't do it tonight doesn't mean they're not going to play it out that way.
Legit injury.
But that's kind of where I see it going.
I can tell.
But
We
beyond
can
that,
tell.
really not much to speak
Fans
of
can
here.
tell. We can tell when something is. Look,
Finn Balor is in the back. The Judgment Day clubhouse.
yeah, where's JD McDonough? Where's McDonough? Like, isn't he doing Judgment Day? Or was he injured? I forgot. I don't know. I lost track. You know, I have not been interested in Judgment Day. I haven't been caring about them in like a month. I don't know. I lost interest because after the whole storyline with Rhea and Damian, Damian Priest is on SmackDown. Rhea doing her own thing as champion. Finn Balor. I'm hoping when we get Finn Balor out the group, and I hope they get new members. I don't think we need Raquel and Liv. Carl doesn't be in Judgment Day. JD McFist. JD McNugget. but anyway, JD McDonough should be in Judgment Day. Is he injured or what? Like, we haven't seen him.
Well, Dominic Mysterio, the last Balor said absolutely not. So they're totally getting a new member.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez interrupted Morgan the same page with Dom and help him out against Braun Breaker later tonight. This next segment, I don't believe aired on the actual. Over Penta and Penta. Jackie Redmond.
So now let's see what JD from New York had to say. We're gonna watch his channel, his live stream. Gonna rewind back so we can talk about the beginning. Monday Night Raw was a very good show. It was an okay show, not perfect. It was an okay show. There was some good matches. We had some good wrestling. We had some pretty good segments. All right.
Morning peacefully. Just wanted to personally thank you, JD, Guardian of Chaos, and the entire OTS family. OTS for life. If you guys could do me and everybody in the venue a solid and send some prayer emojis to OTS Tribal Chief, whether that's privately or here in the chat, please make sure you guys do that. My thoughts and prayers go out to you, Tribal Chief. That is Tribal Queen. Sorry. I am terribly sorry for the unbelievable loss of your parent, of your dad. That is, I'm actually, I can't even fathom. I can't even fathom that. So OTS Tribal Queen, make sure you guys send her a prayer emoji. I am terribly sorry for your loss. And we are here. If you need anything here from the chat, you guys know that we are a family here. So please send her your condolences. And once again, OTS Tribal Queen, we are thinking about you. And we are here for you no matter what. Whatever you need, we are here for you. Thank you guys very much.
Well, Coin was legit injury. Only reason why that was Coin was legit injury. Here he's not. This is off the storyline. And then how they get it with him. And it was Vince the same. It was under Vince McMahon who put this shit. He put this whole feud. We got 4 months of garbage with Brock and Cody Rhodes. 4 months of D2 feud with no explanation and no storyline and no reason why to do a feud. For no reason. No explanation and no storyline. It's just Cody will get his ass.
Apparently, on 83 weeks with Conrad Thompson and Eric Bischoff, Conrad said he's heard rumors about Vince McMahon hiring a bunch of former WWE executives. He's also heard that Vince has had conversations with cameramen who have had experience shooting wrestling. Bischoff says he's heard some of the same things, but he still can't wrap his head around it. Both Eric and Conrad don't see how Fox would be interested in wrestling after moving on from WWE. Eric then asked, what if Fox is a partner? Right now, it's just rumors back into pro wrestling because we never know what the Snake will do. I don't trust him at all. But apparently, this is in the news, and I'm going to let it sit. I don't have any interest in seeing an 80-year-old Vince McMahon run anything pro wrestling related, though I would find it humorous, to say the least, and I'm sure I could make a boatload of money here on YouTube covering said show. But I don't want to will it into existence. So we will not really speak on it because I don't have the connects that Bischoff and Conrad had. They may have heard something else. I don't know. But apparently this is in the news tonight, so if you guys see it floating around, the result that I wish for. Have him go away forever. So that is in the news. I don't know if you guys seen that at all. So that is the latest there. And once again, OTS Tribal Queen, thoughts and prayers and condolences to you. Monday Night Raw. The reason why you guys are here. Monday night, solid show tonight. Go home show for the Elimination Chamber. We got some developments heading into Saturday's show, which is shaping up to be a very newsworthy show. We have the final match, the final championship match to be determined. Of the two championship matches, Cody Rhodes is still looking for an opponent, and it will be by way of the Elimination Chamber. The Rock has definitely made things a lot more interesting and opened up a lot more potential for story. No matter how bizarre the promo was on Friday night, it opened up a bunch of possibilities. And it definitely ushered in a lot of excitement and unpredictability that just a week ago we did not have. You guys know how I feel. We talked about it on Friday. Thank you guys very much for all the support. We did mega numbers on Friday. I said, what if CM Punk goes and turns into corporate Punk? The possibility is certainly there. The possibility is there for Drew McIntyre to turn corporate. He's got every reason to do so. He's got some sort of weird relationship with The Rock as well, as we have seen in these little instances. Rock gave him a sword sitting at a dinner table when he re-signed with the WWE about a year and a half ago. The Rock and Drew McIntyre crossed paths on the January 6th episode of Monday Night Raw as they debuted on Netflix. And Drew murmured something into Rock's ear, and The Rock back at him. And The Rock told him, don't worry, I'll take care of that for you. It could be Drew McIntyre, who turns into corporate McIntyre. CM Punk, corporate Punk. We've talked about Cody and him potentially going heel and accepting The Rock's offer. No, that's not happening. Cody is not turning heel. There's no reason for him to do so, and he's the hottest babyface in the entire company next to Jey Uso. He's the face of the company. He's not. Not yet, anyway. Someone who is very similar to Cody Rhodes,
Well, Damian
and
Priest
vice
is only
versa,
if
is
you're
John Cena.
watching the show. Damian
John
Priest is
Cena.
only teeth on Seth Rollins.
Number 17 is
His only
looming.
teeth is going to
He's
Seth
already
Rollins.
said
and he can't
that
finish.
him winning the chamber and main eventing WrestleMania and winning number 17 is best for business. He said this at the Royal Rumble press show or press conference, post-show media scrum. John Cena winning number 17 is best for business. Are we going to see corporate Cena? Are we going to see heel Cena? The answer is no. There is no reason to take Cody or John Cena and turn them heel. One is the WWE champion and the face of the company, and the other is still a huge merchandise seller, big money draw, face of the company times 20, and John Cena is not going to usher in a final year in professional wrestling as a full-time performer and then go heel in the last year. If John Cena was going to go heel, he would have already done so. We're not going to see him chase number 17 as a heel. Now, we could. I could be completely off base and completely wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. And
Yeah.
then obviously, we have Logan
And why shouldn't it? I don't think John Cena's going to turn heel.
Paul in the chamber. He's not He's not turning corporate. He's already corporate. I don't know what he does at WrestleMania. The rumors are AJ Styles. I don't know what he does, nor do I really care at this point. And then Damian Priest. No, Damian Priest is not turning into corporate priest. The field for the chamber is set, and the possibilities are McIntyre, Cena, Rollins, and Punk. Cody is not turning heel. Cena's not turning heel. Rollins turning heel. There's a small sliver of a chance I could see it. McIntyre, I put him at second place. After tonight, I still am going with CM Punk
Yeah, me too.
as the one to turn heel.
Yeah, me too.
And I know you guys, a lot of people, looked at what I did on Friday. I posted it on TikTok. It went viral over on TikTok for a little bit. 25,000 views or so with that clip on TikTok. We did almost 2,500 likes with the clip on X. 300,000 impressions from the clip alone. There are a lot of people that want to see CM Punk turn heel. There are a lot of people that want to see Punk go corporate, because it would be one hell of a fucking shake-up, and it would be one hell of a WrestleMania moment. Going back to the days when Austin.
Well, Cody Rhodes had to face a heel. Cody Rhodes is your babyface. He's your guy. He's the most top babyface. He's the most top merch seller. He's the face in the company, so it had to be a heel. Drew McIntyre, even though I wouldn't mind, but he's already a heel, so it wouldn't make any sense. I don't think it should be McIntyre. It's not gonna be Priest. It's not gonna be Rollins. It's not gonna be Logan Paul. We already saw that match last year. John Cena, it would be more shocking, but I don't think so. I think it had to be CM Punk or Cena, and I think CM Punk makes sense. And CM Punk been on TV more than John Cena, and Punk is at the T more to hype up the chamber and hype up WrestleMania. So, yeah, I think CM Punk makes sense. That would be a big shock.
Chuck McMahon's plan, and they were an alliance. Now, granted, Austin has said that he would go back and redo that because he didn't think it was the best decision now looking back on it. But CM Punk and him and what this means to him and what WrestleMania means to him and the WWE Championship and inventing WrestleMania means to him, man, would that be one hell of a fucking moment. I said, if John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber, CM Punk, cash in the favor, Paul Heyman. Have Paul Heyman go to The Rock and get Punk in the main event of WrestleMania against Cena. Cena Punk night 1, winner gets Cody on night 2. Punk and Cody night 2. Punk wins the WWE title as The Rock's champion. Punk is the one that ends up selling his soul. John Cena chases. He wins number 17 from Punk at SummerSlam. And then John Cena secures number 17, only to lose it to Randy Orton, who then takes the title from him in his very last match. And then for next year, we build Randy versus Cody for the WWE Championship. We could very well see that happen. I laid it out for you. There's another instance here. There's another instance here that I want to bring to your attention. And it still concerns CM Punk. CM Punk and John Cena are the two names here that I definitely see coming into play at the Elimination Chamber. Instead of John Cena winning the Elimination Chamber, how about CM Punk winning the Elimination Chamber? CM Punk wins the chamber. Cody denies The Rock and says, no, I don't want to give you my soul. I don't. We ended up getting Rock and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41 for the WWE Championship, because it was a little too obvious that when Rock says it's not about that, I want that, he's pointing to the WWE Championship. We all know The Rock wants the WWE Championship. I mean, he's said so, and he's definitely portrayed so on the Raw after Mania last year. He held the Cody physically handed him the championship.
Yeah.
Cody physically handed him the WWE Championship, and the man was holding the title over his shoulder, lusting after the championship. What if CM Punk wins the chamber, goes to WrestleMania, gets his main event, and like the meme it is, Rock takes it away from him. Rock takes it away from him. He challenges Cody for the WWE Championship. Rock, Cody, WrestleMania, WWE Championship on the line. Punk wins the chamber. What is he left to do? Rock is standing in his way. Do we get Punk and Rock night one WrestleMania? No, we don't. We don't. If Rock pushed his power and bully everybody with his power and take the chamber away from everybody that's there, including Punk, and put himself in the WWE Championship match, Punk wins the chamber, goes to Paul Heyman, tells Heyman, I'm cashing in my favor. I need you to do me a favor now. And that favor is for Roman to take care of Rock at WrestleMania, get him out of the main event so Punk can go wrestle Cody in the main event of night 2 at WrestleMania. So that way we get Punk and Cody, and then we get Rock Roman. Rock Roman on night 1, Punk and Cody on night 2 for the WWE Championship. There's your double main event for WrestleMania. Punk beats Cody. Punk is the new WWE Champion, and then we get a favor right back to Roman, because Roman's probably going to ask for a favor from Punk, and then we get Punk and Roman for the WWE Championship at some point in the summer of Punk. That's also a possibility as well. That's also a possibility for Punk to cash in his favor. I don't know why we're going to wait for Punk to cash in his favor. I mean, this happened back before the Survivor Series. Why are we going to hold on to this favor? I mean, this is as good of a time as any to cash in the favor. Why are we going to wait like it's a fucking Money in the Bank contract and cash in the favor? This is WrestleMania. There's no bigger event to cash in a fucking favor. There's no bigger event to ask for a favor than WrestleMania. Now, the reason why I say this is because tonight we got Cody Rhodes addressing The Rock's promo. We're going to get into what Cody said about The Rock. Seth Rollins was advertised for a CM Punk, Logan Paul stare down or a conference of sorts before the chamber. Rollins didn't show up. It was just Punk and Logan Paul. Rollins had bigger things to worry about. He's not worried about Punk. He's already eyeing Cody.
I was advertised.
So he showed up in Cody's segment, which made a lot more sense. After Cody is talking about
that was
this
the plan.
moving
That the plan would be advertised for Punk and Cody.
Rollins was
But
there
you know, Rollins had
to
other
be the
plans.
good
It made
angel
sense for me to tell
in the
Cody,
good
what are
angel,
you
bad
doing?
angel
Because
situation.
I'm the one that helped
We
Cody
all know
go to
Rollins'
WrestleMania.
history of turning his back on friends and betrayal. I don't see Rollins betraying anybody. It would completely go against everything that he has said. And honestly, I don't really care to see a corporate Rollins with a Rock. I don't. We've seen that already. We've seen him as a corporate stooge. I don't want to see that again. And everything that we've seen last year, I don't want it to go to waste. I don't. Rollins was the MVP of WrestleMania last year. Rollins is basically the one who saved WrestleMania. Rollins is the one who helped Cody. He was Cody's shield. Why would you take that all away and make it mean absolutely nothing? I'm still eyeing Punk over Rollins in that situation. But Rollins is out there telling him, what the fuck is your problem? What is your problem? How could you even possibly think about this past Friday? I don't want you to waste my time. Everything that I gave to you, I don't want you to flush down the fucking
I
toilet.
told you, don't break my heart.
He basically said in oh so many words. But Cody threw it back at him. I know what you're about. I know who you are. I know what you did to Roman. I know what you did to Ambrose. I know what you've done throughout your career. But you were also the one that said you were going to be my shield, and you lived up to that. You ended up being the MVP. Help my family.
This is my
achieve their
favorite because I owe
I
him a
don't see
favor.
how. I don't.
I owe him
Even
I'll
after
see.
tonight's fantastic segment between Cody and Rollins, I'm still sticking to my
I owe
guns.
him
Cody
for
is going to deny the Rock. Cody is going to say no. He has to say no. Cody saying yes does not make any sense at all. Rollins saying yes
They
does
have
not make
retired.
any sense. The only two people that make sense in this situation are Punk and McIntyre. And Punk is the one that stands out the most because he has said from day one, he is not here to make friends. He is here to main event WrestleMania. He is here to win the WWE Championship. And he's here to make money. And tonight he said very devilishly, Cody's going to soon find out that I am the devil. Man, that's one hell of a fucking foreshadowing. We're going to get into that segment. I thought that was easily by far and away the best part of Monday Night Raw. Cody and Rollins brought the fire. Loved it. We got a tag team title match that main evented tonight with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez challenging Bianca Bella and Naomi. But no Jade Cargill and no follow-up on the story. But we do have new tag team champions. Penta, Ludwig Kaiser, and Pete Dunne. More New Day shenanigans. Braun Breaker and Dominic Mysterio. We got a lot going on this Monday night. Plus Lyra and Dakota Kai for the Intercontinental Championship. We got a lot to get into tonight. And we are going to talk about it all right here on Monday night. Thank you guys very much. Shout out to my X family. Shout out to my Twitch family and my family over on TikTok. Thank you guys very much. We are everywhere, man. Ring face to face. Before anybody gets scared, you see CM Punk and Logan Paul on the horizon for WrestleMania 40. Now, WWE's not going to do Logan Paul and CM Punk at WrestleMania. I would find that utterly, and I mean utterly ridiculous. After everything we've seen Punk say and do, and then he gets Logan Paul at WrestleMania. That is not in the play. That is not in the cards per se. Logan and Punk is not happening at WrestleMania, so don't worry. I'm pretty confident in it. Logan asked Punk, though, what is his problem with him? Punk's facial expressions here made me legitimately LOL. I mean, you saw Punk go from just fucking this inquisitive face,
They just know
smile,
these massive,
smirk.
we
He
need
had
to
like
flip them.
1,000 fucking things running through his head. And every single thought that he had, he knew he couldn't say on live television. He had to choose his words very wisely. He says he must be jealous because he succeeds at everything, does Logan. And he tries while Punk fails at everything he tries at. Is that why you don't like me? Punk says he doesn't know him well enough to have that opinion, but he seems to be a dime a dozen loudmouth kid who does incredibly stupid and ignorant things for reaction and the shock of it. He says he doesn't have character or substance, yet you think you're a generational talent. The fans deserve better. Now, am I the only one who thought that maybe he was looking at Logan Paul, but looking at MJF in the mirror? I legitimately thought that this was a word-for-word, just MJF lash. Kind of sounds like he was describing MJF on Monday night, not Logan Paul. Logan mocked Punk, and then said when Punk it was one of the biggest returns in history. Punk said, yeah, it was. He said then Punk, cracked under the pressure and tore his little triceps. He says he couldn't handle the pressure. Logan said Punk is familiar to the people like Stone Cold, John Cena, etc. Says the inevitable fact is that the name just changes. He said now that he's a full-timer, it's only a matter of time before they're chanting his name. They booed. And then he yelled, chanting my name.
The
They
Rock
booed again.
wants to be done.
Then they fans started chanting CM Punk's name. Punk told Logan he won't be around long enough to make history or for the fans to remember who he is. He said, in this business, he is Satan, and Logan is a nobody. They had a face-to-face stare down. Logan acted like he was about to go back away, and then slapped Punk and bailed out quickly.
So
He
Jacob
was
Funk
heard
told
muttering, "Oopsie, are you okay?"
You can do
Punk
him, I
told
tell
him
you.
to run while he still
I'm
has
right
legs that work. He says when he gets his hands on him, he'll understand why they chant his name. And in 5 days, you will be locked in a steel cage with CM Punk. Punk ended up bleeding from the mouth because of the slap by Logan Paul. Now, I don't know what had happened here. It didn't look like a slap that would cause bleeding of the mouth from Paul to CM Punk. So one of three things happened here. One, a tooth got knocked loose, and Punk might have loosened the tooth or gotten the tooth knocked out with the slap from Logan Paul. That's option one. I don't think that was the case, but it still could very
A
well
lot of
be the
people
case.
say
Number
that
two,
that Rock
it was a
he was.
situation where
They
he
are
bit his
Muslim
lip upon slap, and it was just a little blood because CM Punk, as the slap came across his face, bit his lip or his tongue. That could be a possibility as well. Number three, it was a little blood capsule, and they wanted a blood capsule effect, blood effect off the slap to sell the Elimination Chamber and the issues between Punk and Logan Paul. That's also an option as well. I don't think that's the option. I think that's a little unnecessary for something like this. So I'm going to go with option B here. I do think Punk either bit his lip or bit his tongue when the slap happened from Logan Paul. Not that big of a deal, but it was a little, oh shit, he's bleeding type of moment. Not that big. I like this. A lot of people are like, get Logan Paul off TV. I can't stand him. He's got no weight. I can't stand listening to him. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, you're going to have to get used to it. Logan Paul generates good heat. He's a good promo. He's excellent in the ring. Logan Paul has already showed you why he belongs in the ring with everybody that's in that chamber on Saturday afternoon. That is not a question. I just don't know where he fits into the WrestleMania plans. I know they teased AJ Styles. We could very well see that. I don't know if that's going to be the case. You know, I don't really have any interest in that. I think that's actually beneath both guys, even though it'll probably end up being a great match. I don't know what the situation is there. They haven't really told that story this year so far. But as far as Punk and Logan Paul, everybody's like, why are they out there on Monday night? Are they teasing anything beyond the Elimination Chamber? No, they're not. Logan Paul's going to get into his own shit on Saturday afternoon. CM Punk is going to have bigger things, bigger priorities about WWE title, Cody Rhodes, The Rocks, John Cena. He's not going to wrestle Logan Paul at WrestleMania, so I think everybody that is worried about that, kind of calm your nerves. I don't see WWE doing that. That would be a huge disappointment for CM Punk at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that personally. I'm assuming it will happen this year, being that they're both on ball. But I don't really see that happen at WrestleMania. But I thought this was a good back and forth. Really set the tone for the chamber. Both guys, everybody wants to win the chamber, but specifically both of these guys. Logan's a big name. Punk is going to have a major priority role at WrestleMania. And this was a good interaction between the two. And not the only interaction that we got between these two. Happened before the Rumble, and now it's happening before the chamber. So I like the energy between both. This was very good. Opening match. Penta, Ludwig Kaiser, and Pete Dunne. Triple threat match here. A very good showcase for all three guys. But there was only one thing that was very predictable in this match, and Pete Dunne was the predictable one. To basically take the loss here, eat the pin, while Penta and Ludwig Kaiser basically are the ones that are protected. Now, Penta has not lost a match yet. He's not lost a one-on-one match in WWE. He did not win this match, though he did not get pinned, so he was not pinned in this match. Kaiser gets the win over Pete Dunne and Penta. Very good showcase between these three guys. I can see all three guys factoring in to a potential Intercontinental Championship program at WrestleMania. I am not one who wants to see multi-man matches at WrestleMania, but I could absolutely see WWE going the way of multi-man match to the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And all three of these guys would certainly be involved. Now, Penta did not get pinned, but if you want to look at the line sheet, you're going to see Penta suffering his first WWE loss, but it doesn't really count towards his singles record, which WWE is really protecting him for. But he did lose this match. Cole, he called this a first time ever triple threat, which is true, but Penta hasn't really wrestled anybody but these two guys for the first month and a half on Monday Night Raw. He's got 2 wins over Pete Dunne. He's wrestled Penta, or he's wrestled Kaiser as Penta, so he's very familiar with both of these guys. Kaiser and Dunne, they set something up in the corner. Penta got him.
Alright, new champions on scene. Karen Cross has his side on AJ Styles. The show will live in Macau, new champions. Now there would be a Thunderboot 25-point lead. It was game-saving block. Oh, I hear the news and rumors. Here it is. Pathetic lawsuit.
I love betting on the NBA with
Wait. Alright.
If you are Tony Khan and AEW, you probably look.
Pathetic lawsuit. CM Punk, Tony Khan, and AEW being sued for Ryan Reynolds. We have the former AEW star Ryan Reynolds filing lawsuit against AEW. It's putting Tony Khan and now to be star CM Punk is in the video. There are explosive details of the illegal battle that honestly worked in one of Ryan Nemeth comedy shows. Nemeth alleged assault, piece of contract, and a campaign to blackball him from professional wrestling, pointing the finger at Punk for a locker room confrontation and Khan for enabling it. From a heat backstage incident in June 2023 to Nemeth claims of being unfairly breathed and humiliated. So JD from New York is gonna break down the timeline and allegations and what they could mean for AEW's already turbulent locker room reputation, and this is a legitimate case of mistreatment or Ryan Nemeth simply looking to get paid. Alright, so there are the news and rumors about AEW. Here are the predictions. I'm not gonna do my predictions, not until Friday at least.
It's WrestleMania season, which means that it is time for the Rock.
One Cody, so corporate Cody. Now that was bad day, look with Kaiser. Here at the NBA. I'm glad that Chris Move is doing NBA video. He's doing a lot. the pedestrians. Here's the review. Well, might will end the video. I made it long enough. I don't want to make it too long, but just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I will do SmackDown this Friday.
Prediction is more likely than yours. Dom against Balor in a triple.
This one thing, this one promo has made Saturday's show as unpredictable as anything. We don't know who's going to win the chamber. We don't know what's going to be said during the segment. We don't know if there's going to be shenanigans in the chamber that lead to something happening coming out of that going into the match with Cody. We don't know if Brock is going to abuse his power and just say fuck it and blow up the plans like he did last year. I can't wait for it. I love it. There's so much to sink your teeth into. And I think we've done a fantastic job, better than anybody so far, coming up with two possible scenarios that could happen at WrestleMania. Cody's in the middle of the ring. He says he's pretty sure what they want him to talk about. He asks what it means when someone asks for one's soul.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the video because I already talked about this. So I'll see y'all later.